for this evening, right? Yeah, it just happens sometimes. As One Gospel as our official media partner. Thank you so much for being with us. So, guys, I just want to introduce our esteemed guest for today. We're honored to have with us Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, and unfortunately Tourè couldn't be with us, but he will definitely be there at the event. Sarah is a best-selling author and a passionate speaker dedicated to empowering others, and we see her empowerment through platforms such as Women Evolve. So Sissy here in the front.
Hello. Hi. Hi, my name is Charmaine. I run a podcast called Shares in Conversation, where we speak to South African youth about the future moving forward. And it's basically society and culture. Welcome, Sarah, to South Africa. I hope you've had an amazing time so far. I really wanted to ask you, can you tell us?
So before we get to the questions, we're not there yet. We're just introducing ourselves so that Pastor Sarah also knows who she will be interacting with.
All right.
So we'll give you an opportunity to ask questions at the end of this whole thing.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Town was beautiful, not just in its region, but in the worship expression. I believe that the hunger that existed in the room created a desperation for the presence of the Lord.
Hi, I'm a bit of an eager beaver. Just to remind you, I am Shares from Shares in Conversation podcast. Do I ask all my questions at once, or how many questions am I allowed to ask? Just one. Okay. Okay, so I'll jump straight to my fourth question. What key messages or themes will you be focusing on for Activate SA, and why do you believe they are particularly relevant to, the South African audience?
So you want me to tell you my message? I have question number 3. I mean, I can tell, it would require me telling you the message, but I just believe that my prayer for tonight, of course, I'm going to surrender myself to God, and whatever God says do, that's the direction we'll flow in. But my prayer for tonight is to help people connect the moments where they feel God whispering and nudging them in a certain direction, and to protect that nudging, to protect that vision, because it is the seed that is going to produce kingdom harvest in their lives. And so my prayer is, I just keep hearing the word courage, and believe it or not, rebel, that we're going to have to rebel against some fears, we're going to have to rebel against some old systems and structures, some governments that have been established in our lives so that we can establish the kingdom of heaven. And now you have to preach my message, because I just
Absolutely, and I think very relevant, because we're going through a government change in this country.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
Thank you so much.
I have not had as many wardrobe malfunctions as I have had hair malfunctions.
Don't wait.
And I'll just leave that there. Bishop T.D. Jakes' daughter should be, your actor look like, that I just had to embrace my own authenticity. And as it became increasingly clear that God was inviting other people to witness his hand on my life, one of the things that I asked God was like, I'll go wherever you tell me to go, I'll do whatever you ask me to do, but God, please don't let me lose myself. And, I'll change. Like, I'm not saying I have to stay the same, but I just want to remember who I am at my core. And so I try very hard to hang on to myself. And I don't feel, I am T.D. Jakes' daughter, but I'm also like Thomas Dexter Jakes' daughter. You know what I mean? Like, who T.D. Jakes is to you and who he is to me is completely different. And so hanging on to the reality of who we are, not the image of what other people may think we are, helps me to stay grounded. And so it's part of the reason why I am probably painstakingly transparent and vulnerable on my platform, is because it is important to me that you are inspired by what God is saying to me, that I can pour from the overflow of what God is doing in our life. And it is equally as important to me that you recognize that I am human. I am flesh and bones. You know, I'm just a girl out here still trying to figure things out. And if I'm just a girl and maybe you're just a guy and you're just a girl and God's grace can meet us right where we are, then maybe that's the real hope. Not this image of perfection, but the reality of us taking a journey and allowing God's grace to lead us. That's my prayer. I don't know if they prayed about it or if God just dropped it in their spirit. I do have questions though, because I also have a Nigerian name, and I don't know, like, can the two coexist?
No.
I got different answers.
Yeah.
Is it all the same? I need rules, you know? I have to choose.
You don't have to choose. I think when you're there,
period.
go by their name. When you're here,
Okay, now, lady,
the two flags are a little.
Thank you.
Life's better on Saturn. Got to break this pattern, floating away. Find something worth saving. It's all for the taking. I always say, all be better on Saturn. None of this matters. Dreaming of Saturn.
You are a keeper of your word, and you are a keeper of...
We're gonna celebrate God. We're gonna have
With hands lifted high, sing it to Jesus. Come on.
Them today. I want you to use your own voice in your own language in the way you know how to say mudiwaka hauna ya tswana luena. Hauna ya tswana luena. Jehovah, can we lift up? I've never seen you change. You've been consistent in your word. You've been so
It is, and they ask you, how you doing, man? Man, if I had, this is what we say in America, man, if I had your hands, I'd cut off mine, man. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you walk into a place, everything that God has placed out here in the world is going to begin to recognize you, because you're going to start looking like a child of the Most High God. And the Bible says that all of creation is eagerly waiting for the revealing of the sons of God. Are you hearing?
There's some women in this room who know what it's mean to get back up again. And there is a word that reached some women in Johannesburg. And the Lord told them, girl, get up, I'm not finished with you. Girl, get up, you still got a world to change. I am so glad I get to be here during Women's Month. Because I do not believe that there is any better time to be a woman than right now. I believe wholeheartedly that what God's going to do in the earth is going to take the full strength of not just man, but also woman. And so ladies, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. That you would give me freedom, that you would give me clarity of mind, that I would not have any nerves, no fear, no intimidation, God, but that you and I would create a flow, and all I will see is you. That I can plead the blood even when I'm guilty. I can plead the blood even when I'm lost. I can plead the blood even when I'm confused, because the blood will pull the real me out. The blood will make depression gotta get free. You gotta break some rules. You gotta move with a different stride. You gotta move like you know who you got. He who the Son is set. When you got Jesus, you gotta know what you got. When you got Jesus, you gotta know what you got. When you got Jesus, you don't have to have resources. You don't.
God told us.
What a beautiful night. What a beautiful service from Pastor PT and his wife, Sarah Jakes. I feel so blessed to have had the opportunity to chat to her.
Hey guys, fit check, like I long for the day when I can afford to take a photographer with me everywhere I go, because trying to take your own pictures or getting someone to take your pictures, like a security guard or whoever, and then it doesn't come out right. I enjoyed this outfit so much. I bought it a while ago, but I could never fit it. I bought it knowing it doesn't fit, telling myself I'm gonna lose the weight, but now it's actually too big. I need to take the shirt in, and even the pants are too big. I had to cinch them in, but that's neither here nor there. The fit was a fitting, honey. And then even my neighbor was like, girl, where are you going? And I was like, fit check for the Lord. Fit check for the Lord.